I literally have somebody tweeting now, when was the last time we did not talk about Greece in the summer? It's been like 5 straight years. And my question before I even saw the tweet was going to be, does the market even care at this point about what happens?
Well, I think the market will care in a few weeks here, because I really think this June 30th deadline is a little bit more important than the other ones. The Greeks really do need to get their very grumpy creditors at this stage to give them that $7.5 billion. If they don't do that, then this could get messy in the first week in July. And I still think the Greeks are overplaying their hands. I think they've been doing it all along. So we could get some volatility. Ultimately, I think Greece will, maybe leave the euro, or at least Greek banks will default, and you'll have some messiness in Greece. But I think Europe will get through it. And I think the long game here is that Europe can survive without Greece, and Greece needs Europe much more than the other way around.
David, what do you recommend people do with the 10-year in the meantime? So again, we finally have this kind of last plank falling in. That retail sales report this morning, indication that, on top of the employee cost index we got yesterday and other things that you could kind of throw in there to paint a better picture for the economy going forward, that would seem to be a pretty obvious trade. And yet, so what's an investor to do?
Well, I think an investor should look carefully at what happens next week with the Fed, because I think when you see the Fed statement, they're going to have to upgrade all over the place on their statement. And then Janet Yellen's going to have to do a press conference, and I think she's going to set the stage for a tightening over this summer, because she's got to say that there is evidence of a bounce back in the economy. There's clear evidence by every measure on her dashboard of a tightening labor market. So I think she's going to set the stage for this first tightening in September. I think people are going to price in 2 tightenings this year, and when that happens, I think that does put some upward pressure on long-term interest rates. But as we've seen so far this week, rising stock prices and rising interest rates are possible in an improving economy. So I'd say still be a little overweight equities relative to fixed income, but get prepared for some bumpiness both around the Fed and around Greece over the next few weeks.